What's going on, you guys? It's Troy here, and today I'll be talking about this Eonon head unit for my BMW E46. I have it in my 325 XI 2005. It's I believe it's a 9-inch display. I believe it's one of their newer models that they have, but it's a pretty responsive radio. There's a little bit of lag, but it's not too bad. I will say the install was a little bit tricky. I kind of got caught up with no sound. There's two blue wires that they don't tell you about. One says antenna, or ant, I believe, and one says amp, AMP, I believe. It's something like that. You need to figure out which one you need if you don't have sound. That was my issue, and we plugged it into the antenna one, and it seemed to work. So if you're having a sound issue with this head unit, that is most likely the issue. Now, my car originally with the stock stereo had the Bluetooth, and it has the microphone right up here, right in this little cubby area here. So basically, you can actually use that microphone instead of using the one that Eonon gives you. You can actually use the built-in one, so you don't even need to change that either. They provided an OB2 adapter thing. I'm probably not even going to use it. And then a backup camera and a dash cam. Again, probably won't even use it. The backup camera I may use like later in the future, but I didn't install it just because I didn't really need it. I mean, I don't usually ever really have any need to back up, and if I do, it's very rare. But yeah, I mean, the sound quality is good. I'll kind of just turn it up for like 2 seconds. I don't want to get a copyright, but I mean, it's pretty good quality. Steering wheel controls fully work. I'll pull up the radio so you guys can see that. All of them work. They work perfectly. There's no issues. There's 3 pages of presets too, so you definitely have a lot to choose from. I only really use like the first 6. This is what basically like BMW has originally with the stock radio. I don't really see any need to use any more than that. It also does have Carplay. Obviously, I'm recording on my phone, but I can't really obviously show you that. But there is Apple Carplay. It works exactly like any other car would. So there's that. There's Bluetooth, navigation. I'm obviously gonna click on that because I don't want you guys knowing my location. Phone link would be where CarPlay would be. Obviously, my phone's not connected, so we can't do that. And I don't know if that will mess up the video or not. And you have, volume settings. You can set that however you like. Yeah, there's the Play Store, which is basically their app store for Android, because it's basically what this unit is. Easy Connect, I believe that's Android, I think. I'm not 100% sure on that. File manager is just, I guess, files. You could put an SD card in here if you wanted to. I'm obviously not going to do that because I play everything basically off my phone auto. This is just useless to me. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in here that you can mess around with and stuff like that. But like I said, I really use it just for the radio and the Apple CarPlay. I probably really won't use it for much else besides that, and navigation. It's a good head unit. It's pretty decently priced, for what you get for it. I think it was like $259, something like that. So it's not crazy expensive, but it's not the cheapest one either that you can get. But it's made for the car. Obviously, you can see it has the bezels here and on this side, so it lines up with the dash perfectly. There's a little bit of cutting that you have to do. There's a little bezel on the inside where the climate control is, or was, because it would be like right here somewhere. You have to kind of grind it away, which you don't even see it obviously because it's inside the dash, but that's really the only cutting you'll do. Navigation controls, the AC controls go down here. They obviously work, as you can see. Actually, that down because it's kind of hot. You could get the bracket and you wouldn't have this gap down here if you buy the bracket. It's like a $70 bracket. I wasn't really fond of it. This seems like it's staying right now. I'll do further testing to see if it continues to stay. But yeah, it seems like it's, you know, staying all right. I could live with the gap. It doesn't bother me, honestly. And as far as the cable for the Carplay, I just run it right into my glove box. You just drop it right down from the top. You drop the whole glove box and you drop it from the top. You don't have to worry about cutting a hole or whatever. It drops right in perfectly, which is nice. But yeah, I definitely give this head unit, I'll say probably like 8 out of 10 so far. The install was not that easy. The directions are very basic, so you kind of have to have some type of knowledge of what you're doing, because the directions are just terrible. They're just god awful. So, but again, it's mostly plug and play, and you know, I just happen to have a few issues, but I mean, other than that, it was fairly easy. So I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Again, it was from Eonon. I got it on a sale, which it seems like they have a sale like every 6 days or every week, or you know, whatever it is. So you're bound to hit a sale as they come. Trying to think if there's anything else that I need to mention. Oh, and their customer service is pretty on point. Fortunately, if you live in like anywhere in the United States, if you're basically not in China, it's going to take a whole day at least for them to respond, just because they're so far ahead. I think they're like 12 hours. I'm on the East Coast, so they're like 12 hours ahead of us. So, you know, when it's like, let's just say Friday, it's already Saturday for them, kind of thing. So you have to, and you know, obviously, like, you know, their day is, you know, the middle of our night. So if you need to contact customer service, you kind of have to, unfortunately, go back and forth with them, because there's no way to like live chat with them. I mean, unless you're gonna stay up till like 3 in the morning, which I don't recommend. And as far as getting this piece in, it was kind of tricky. You kind of have to like flip it up and then down. It was really kind of bizarre, because you have to start the screws, and then you drop this in, or no, you drop this in first, then you start the screws, then you lift this up kind of like this, and then you drop it down, and then you kind of have to like slide this up a little bit just so this pin goes in. So it was a little bit tricky, but you'll definitely figure it out. There's actually YouTube videos. I'll try and link the video that I found that was helpful in the description down below. And but yeah, I give it an 8 out of 10. I'll keep using it. Obviously my rating might change, but it's definitely worth the money if you want something that looks OEM. Again, it's not the cheapest one, and if you want an easier install, I would get the smaller screen, because then you don't have like this whole thing blocking you in the back. I personally like the bigger screen. It was actually $10 cheaper, believe it or not, which doesn't really make any sense, but yeah, I would say get the smaller one if you kind of want more of a clean look. If you want a bigger screen, then I would suggest get this one. But yeah, that's basically it. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll be happy to answer them about this head unit. I don't have any experience with the other one, so I can't really say, but I'm sure they're basically the same, you know, operations and whatnot. So like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video.